हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल। आज का टॉपिक है ग्लोब, लैटिट्यूड्स एंड लॉन्गिट्यूड्स। तो वीडियो स्टार्ट करने से पहले चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए और बेल आइकन को प्रेस कर दीजिए ताकि आगे आने वाले वीडियोस का नोटिफिकेशन आपको टाइमली मिल सके। तो वीडियो को स्टार्ट करते हैं। मॉडल ऑफ द अर्थ दैट शोज द अर्थ शेप, लैंड, oceans, distances and directions as they relate to one another truly. The globes are of varying sizes and types. Globe can be rotated in the same way as a top spin or potter's wheel is rotated. Axis. The imaginary line passing through the center of the earth and joining the 2 points. A needle is fixed through the globe in a tilted manner which is called its axis. Another imaginary line running on the globe divides it into two equal parts. This line is known as the equator. The northern half of the earth is known as the northern hemisphere and the southern half is known as the southern hemisphere. They are both equal halves. Therefore, the equator is an imaginary circular line and is a very important reference point to locate places on the earth. Or parallel circles from the equator up to the poles are called parallels of latitudes. Latitudes are measured in degrees. The equator represents the 0 degree latitude. Since the distance from the equator to either of the poles is 1/4 of a circle around the earth, it will measure 1/4 of 360 degree, that is 90 degree. Thus, 90 degree north latitude marks the north pole and 90 degrees south latitude marks the south pole. As we move away from the equator, the size of the parallels of latitude decreases. Of latitudes. Besides the equator 0 degree, the north pole 90 degree north and the south pole 90 degree south, there are four important parallels of latitudes. First, Tropic of Cancer, which is at 23.5 degree north in the northern hemisphere. Second is Tropic of Capricorn, which is at 23.5 degrees south in the southern hemisphere. Third is Arctic Circle, which is at 66.5 degree north of the equator, and the fourth is Antarctic Circle, which is at 66.5 degree south of the equator. Heat zones of the earth. The midday sun is exactly overhead at least once a year on all latitudes in between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. This area therefore receives the maximum heat and is called the torrid zone. The midday sun never shines overhead on any latitude beyond the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. The angle of the sun's rays goes on decreasing towards the poles. As such, the areas bounded by the Tropic of Cancer and the Arctic Circle in the northern hemisphere and the Tropic of Capricorn and the Antarctic Circle in the southern hemisphere have moderate temperatures. These are therefore called temperate zones. Areas lying between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole in the northern hemisphere and the Antarctic Circle and the South Pole in the southern hemisphere are very cold. It is because here the sun does not rise much above the horizon. Therefore, its rays are always slanting and provides less heat. These are therefore called frigid zones. Longitudes. Meridians of longitude are drawn from the North Pole to the South Pole and are at right angles to the equator. The distances between meridians of longitude are measured in degrees of longitude. Each degree is further divided into minutes and minutes into seconds. They are semicircles and the distance between them decreases steadily polewards until it becomes zero at the poles where all the meridians meet. Unlike parallels of latitude, all meridians are of equal length. Thus, it was difficult to number the meridians. Hence, all countries decided that the count should begin from the meridian which passed through Greenwich, where the British Royal Observatory is located. This meridian is called the prime meridian. Its value is 0 degree longitude, and from it we count 180 degree eastward as well as 180 degree westward. The prime meridian and 180-degree meridian divide the earth into two equal halves, the eastern hemisphere and the western hemisphere. Therefore, the longitude of a place is followed by the letter E for the east and W for the west. It is, however, interesting to note that 180-degree east and 180-degree west meridians are on the same line. And time. The best means of measuring time is by the movement of the earth, the moon, and the planets. The sun regularly rises and sets every day, and naturally, it is the best timekeeper throughout the world. Local time can be reckoned by the shadow cast by the sun, which is the shortest at noon and longest at sunrise and sunset. When the prime meridian of Greenwich has the sun at the highest point in the sky, all the places along this meridian will have midday or noon. As the earth rotates from west to east, those places east of Greenwich will be ahead of Greenwich time and those to the west will be behind it. The rate of difference can be calculated as follows. The earth rotates 360 degree in about 24 hours, which means 15 degree an hour or 1 degree in 4 minutes. Thus, when it is 12 noon at Greenwich, the time at 15 degree east of Greenwich will be 15 into 4, which is equals to 60 minutes. That is 1 hour ahead of Greenwich time, which means 1 p.m. But at 15 degree west of Greenwich, the time will be behind Greenwich time by 1 hour. That is, it will be 11 a.m. Similarly, at 180 degree, it will be midnight when it is 12 noon at Greenwich. At any place, a watch can be adjusted to read 12 o'clock when the sun is at its highest point in the sky. That is when it is midday. The time shown by such a watch will give the local time for that place. You can see that all the places on a given meridian of longitude have the same local time. Standard time. The local time of places which are on different meridians are bound to differ. For example, it will be difficult to prepare a timetable for trains which cross several longitudes. In India, for instance, there will be a difference of about 1 hour and 45 minutes in the local times of Dwarka in Gujarat and Dibrugarh in Assam. It is therefore necessary to adopt the local time of some central meridian of a country as the standard time for the country. In India, the longitude of 82.5 degree east is treated as the standard meridian. The local time at this meridian is taken as the standard time for the whole country. It is known as the Indian Standard Time. India, located east of Greenwich at 82 degree 30 east, is 5 hours and 30 minutes ahead of Greenwich meridian time. So it will be 7:30 p.m. in India when it is 2 p.m. noon in London. Some countries have a great longitudinal extent and so they have adopted more than one standard time. For example, in Russia, there are as many as 11 standard times. The earth has been divided into 24 time zones of 1 hour each. Each zone thus covers 15 degree of longitude. So guys, ये था आज का टॉपिक. आई होप आपको वीडियो पसंद आई होगी. प्लीज़ इसे लाइक एंड शेयर ज़रूर कीजिए. थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग.